Alright guys, welcome back to the vlog. Thank you guys so much for watching the last vlog, the drifting session on my FC for the very first time. Again, it was a very fun time. Just need to work on the cooling issue before I start my next drift session with that car. Otherwise, that car seems pretty solid the way it is right now. Just a couple tweaks here and there. Another update, the FD is not forgotten, I promise you guys. That car is a little bit of a slow process right now. I visited my friend's body shop last week, and I saw some progress. You know, all the windows were removed, panels were starting to get removed off the car, but because they're low on staff and my friend can only do so much while customer cars are coming in, so I am not too worried about that car. I mean, yes, I do want it as soon as possible, but at the same time I have this to distract me. So today we're going to be doing the Springer front end install, and that's going to be really fun because I have no idea what I'm gonna do, and it's my first time. Thankfully, there's this guy that I watch on YouTube who kind of helped me and guided me to do what I should do to remove the front forks at least. And then from there, we're just pretty much gonna figure it out. But I'm gonna go ahead and put the jack in place for the bike and start installing stuff. So this is the kit I went with. If you guys know TC Bros, this one is specifically for 07 and up Sportsters. So apparently it's a little bit different than the older Sportsters. They might have changed something in like the forks or something, but it's cool because they give you, you know, a new axle shaft. Obviously here's the Springer front end, and we're going to be removing this guy. So OEM forks with the shocks, nothing wrong with them. They're not leaking. They're actually really perfect condition. I'm gonna go ahead and keep it, but I wanted to change up the look a bit and go with the Springer front end, just because it'll make it, one, it'll be 6 inches over, so it will be stretched, and two, it'll make it like a retro but modern kind of look to the bike. So we'll see. I have a couple other things coming for this bike. New tires are actually right over there. I'm just waiting to get my other wheel for the front coming in the mail so I can powder coat those and swap those to this bike. Another update that I forgot to tell you guys, I did get new bars. So instead, the ones I had before were taller. I ended up selling those and getting these shorter Z bars. I don't know, I like the look more, but I noticed when I'm riding it's a little bit too short. So what I did was I ordered from Lowbrow Customs these risers that are about 1.5 inches. They go up and curve a bit, so it's almost like I guess a 30 or 45 degree angle. So this will be raised up a bit, but not too much to where I had it with my old bars. So it'll be perfect. My riding position will be perfect. My back will be like straight this time. I'll be actually cruising. But yeah, those were mainly the updates. I did change my primary cover as well, finally, to wrinkle black. I will be ordering custom derby covers that will have my logo on it, so that's going to be removed soon. But this is a sample of what I'm trying to go for, is just more or less all blacked out things. Wrinkle black, gear cover also on the other side. That's still actually gray. I haven't had a chance to change that yet. Knurled grips all the way around from RLNS, both shifter and footrest, same on the other side, and grips. Just giving the bike some tasteful mods according to what I would like it to be and how I would like it to look. But yeah, let's go ahead and start installing this. Okay, so first thing what we want to do to remove this fork, we're gonna actually have to loosen the caliper bolts to the rotor. So both of these guys need to be loosened. Once that's loosened, then I have to zip tie this to some part of the frame so it's dangling and not like dragging on the brake line. Second step after that, I'm gonna go ahead and loosen the axle nut. So I have to, on the other end, use like some sort of screwdriver to hold it in place while I breaker bar this 3/4 inch nut. Break that loose, mark all these washers to make sure that's the stack lined up like what I need to for the Springer front end. Just make sure I remember the places of the washers and to make sure that's in order for the Springer front end when I swap to it. But yeah, gonna go ahead and do that. Front fender's already removed. I took it out a long time ago, so I don't have to worry about this guy right here. same thing on this side, so I don't need to worry about that. It's actually really easy. Once that's done, then I'm gonna go ahead and loosen these guys and this guy. And then according to that, this should slide right out. So we'll see. If anything, I'm gonna put blue tape here just to mark where it was, so it doesn't go like too high or too low. You probably don't need to do that, but I'm just gonna do that as like a safety measure, just for peace of mind. Like if I do swap back to this, that this is where it was originally. But yeah, same thing on the other side, and that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do right now. Okay, finally got the wheel out. It was super easy to do. So now all I need to do is loosen that bolt right there and that bolt right there, so the fork can come straight out like I mentioned before. Once that's out, then I will probably have to take this guy out as well. I'm gonna figure out how to do that, and I might have to take this one out too. I have to see according to that setup, but otherwise that's where I'm at so far. All right guys, we're at a point now where I took out the fork tubes. So little bit of a hassle because the last owner wrapped it. So the reason why it made it difficult is because it made the forks thicker. When you're trying to slide out this guy here, it makes it really tough for you to open the mouth of this bigger. I mean, you can use a pry bar. I didn't have one, so I used a really thick flathead screwdriver and wedged it in between. But even then, it took a bit of a hassle. Like you could see on this side, part of the masking tape or wrap was still on there. So it was really grabbing it tight. That's why you could see that. But nevertheless, it's finally out. I'm gonna go ahead and take these guys out, which require to take off a bunch of other stuff on the handlebar. But once that's out, I can fully install the Springer front end. So that's when it'll make it easier. So now I completely took these guys out. So it is now complete to put in the Springer front end. Got all the wires and cables out of the way. Now it's time to fully swap it in. Alright guys, so here's the verdict. Ran into a bit of an issue. Couple things. When you buy this kit, it comes with a 3.5 inch diameter axle shaft. If you're still running a Sportster wheel like me, I'm still going to keep these wheels, at least temporarily. The diameter shaft of the wheel tube and the wheel bearing of this wheel is 1 inch. The stock shaft right there, you see, that is a 1 inch. What TC Bros provides you is a 3/4 inch. So obviously I'm not going to be riding this anytime soon. This is just so it can be on its feet, but this is incorrect. So a couple of options what you can do. First option is to change the size of the wheel bearing and the wheel tube, shaft tube that is inside the wheel from a 1 inch to a 3/4 inch. That's option 1. That's probably the best option. Option 2, either exchange this with a 1 inch diameter from TC Bros. Maybe I can email them or something and I can ship this one to them and they can ship me a 1 inch diameter shaft, axle shaft. But the only problem with doing that is now requiring to shave a little bit of this guy. So the diameter on this bracket here is a the hole for this is a 3/4 inch. So with a tree bit for a drill, you could tap it to where it could become a 1 inch. That would work. That'll, you know, slide through all the way from this side to this side. That's option 2. I don't really care for that option. The only reason why is because you're taking more material away from the bracket here and it makes it a little bit unsafe. I'm not a fan of that option, but that is an option you can do to get it to work. I'm gonna go ahead and email TC Bros or call them on Monday and see what my best possible options are for this situation. Now the next situation, and I think I figured it out because I was staring at this thing for like 30 minutes figuring out why my gauge and handlebar risers, which is a 3.5 inch, from like a 3.5 inch distance from one end to another end, why this wouldn't fit with what they gave me here, which is like a plate of some sort. This won't work. Unfortunately, what I have to do, I have to switch this out with a riser adapter is what they call it, which is a 4.5 inch, which this from here to this hole here is a 4.5 inch. So I need to get an adapter that goes from a 4.5 to 3.5. They do sell it at TC Bros, and it comes in black as well, so I'm probably gonna have to do that. From there, I think this will work fully. Like, this will work perfectly well. I don't have to touch this at all. I did buy actually longer risers, so I might actually switch to that. But for now, this is the situation for both cases. So this isn't too bad because I'm pretty sure I figured out what I need to do with this. But that is, I need to email TC Bros regarding that. Otherwise, guys, that concludes the video. I will pick it back up in the next vlog with finally installing the Springer front end to its full completion. So take it as like a part 1 for this video, but I will be back, I promise. It will be fully installed. Otherwise, guys, I'll catch you guys later, and I'll keep you guys updated as always. See ya.